All right, is anyone here watching this video old enough to remember when Netflix actually delivered DVDs to your doorstep? Yeah, no, just us. Cool. All right, well, without a doubt, everyone knows that since Netflix was founded in 1997, it's now at the top of the streaming world.
Netflix not only pioneered the concept of binge watching, but also turned into a verb, forever altering the way we chill. But how does Netflix actually make money, especially as it adapts to the competition today? These are lessons that you, as a business leader or investor, need to know. So let's find out. Hi there, I'm Bertrand, and I'm the founder of App Economy Insights.
And I'm Stephanie, tech veteran, engineer, and creator. Okay, so Wall Street has always measured Netflix's performance using the number of paid subscribers. And let me tell you, Netflix is doing really well. In Q1 FY23, they reached more than 232 million subscribers globally, good for a 5% year-over-year growth. In the past 2 years, most of the subscriber growth came from outside of North America.
So, what's the secret to their recent success? Well, management says it's all thanks to their compelling content slate. From Stranger Things to Wednesday to Bridgerton. A recent release, The Night Agent, became the 6th most popular show ever released on the platform.
But it's not just about the subscriber additions anymore. In fact, Netflix has raised its prices regularly over the years, most recently in January 2022. And with a price hike that can temporarily increase churn, it's usually short-lived. That's why Netflix is celebrated for its pricing power. And in Q1, their average revenue per membership grew by 4% year over year.
The company experienced a challenging beginning to 2022, as it saw a decline in subscribers for 2 consecutive quarters. But things are looking much better now, with several critical initiatives that we will discuss in detail today.
Before we dive into Netflix's financials, we have a small request. Our content is free, but we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. By doing so, you'll get instant access to our weekly videos as they're released. And you'll help others discover our channel, allowing us to create even more content on the world's most fascinating companies.
So let's get into the numbers. In Q1 FY23, revenue grew 4% year over year to $8.16 billion, mostly in line with expectations. Revenue grew 8% year over year on a currency-neutral basis, which is a better representation of the company's growth profile. Netflix grows revenue through 2 leverages. Number 1, the number of paid members, and number 2, the average revenue per members, also called ARM for short. Both are critical to the company's growth.
Their operating margin was 21%, which was 1 percentage point ahead of guidance, primarily due to the timing of hiring. The margin was 21% compared to 25% a year ago, mainly because of currency headwinds. They've been cash flow positive since 2020, and management expects free cash flow to improve significantly and reach $3.5 billion in FY23. So, even though they have a net debt position of around $6 billion on their balance sheet, it's not as concerning as it looks at first glance.
That's right. Netflix has already transitioned through the most cash-intensive part of their growth story when they shifted aggressively to original content. Remember House of Cards?
Yeah, love that show.
Overall, management reiterated their long-term target of sustained double-digit growth, expanding operating margin, and improving free cash flow. And with their focus on revenue per user and their recent launch of the cheaper ad-supported tier, the future looks right for Netflix. So let's go over some recent changes.
Netflix is about to limit account sharing to 1 household only, and members have to pay an extra $2.99 to share their account with people that they don't live with. Now, this could affect engagement metrics, but in the long term, it's expected to increase subscriptions as password borrowers sign up for their own Netflix accounts, and then existing members purchase that extra membership for folks that they want to share with.
Netflix also launched its ad-supported plan, which includes 5 minutes of ads per hour, and it's only $6.99 a month. Management believes this will be a significant long-term revenue and profit opportunity, and they are already seeing good progress with user engagement. In the US, for instance, their ad plan already has a total ARM, subscription plus ads, greater than their standard plan. This is important. Netflix already makes more money from its ad-supported users, so it's in the company's best interest to make its basic plan with ads an excellent deal for users. So they are improving it with 1080p quality and concurrent streams. Now, Netflix could not only grow its paid member base with a lower entry point, but also increase its revenue per member in the process.
But of course, the competition is still raging, with gaming, live shows, sports, and other streaming services vying for consumers' attention. Netflix recently hosted its second live stream media event featuring a reunion for the popular dating show Love is Blind. But fans experienced over an hour of delay before the live show commenced on Sunday night. Despite the hiccup, Netflix still managed to draw 6.5 million viewers for the special, and they're probably going to keep exploring more live events considering its growing focus on advertising.
Netflix is reportedly working on bringing games to TV with the iPhone as a controller. It's unlikely they'll start making hardware anytime soon. Instead, their gaming strategy is all about making it easy for their subscribers. Right now, their games are free and available on your phone. The goal is to keep users in the ecosystem and improve retention. But using your iPhone as a controller for casual games on TV is just the beginning. Netflix is expanding their gaming strategy, and they recently posted a job listing for a game director to work on a high-budget AAA PC game. Who knows? We might even see games with ad placement for the ad-supported plan. Is Netflix going to enter the world of live sports? In a recent response, Ted Sarandos, Netflix co-CEO, expressed some reluctance towards this idea. He mentioned that paying for live sport is kind of like running on a treadmill. You're not really going anywhere. The value of a live sport event drops to zero as soon as it's over, unlike evergreen content that increases in value over time. So it's more of a short-term game. If Netflix were to enter the world of big league sports, it would require a super premium tier to be viable. But again, that goes against the logic of building a solid back catalog of evergreen content. So for now, it doesn't match with the company's strategy, but the ad-supported plan might shake things up.
The market measurement firm Nielsen regularly shares the streaming platform's market share in percentage of TV time in the US. While YouTube is currently leading the pack, Netflix has maintained a 7 to 8% market share despite the rise of many platforms with aggressive content spending in the past year. According to Antenna, the premium SVOD, or streaming video on demand market, had a monthly churn rate of 5% in 2022. Meanwhile, Netflix had a lower churn than the competition, just above 3%. Churn is the number of existing subscribers that you lose every month, so the lower, the better. Netflix is known for having one of the lowest churn rates in the industry, therefore the best user retention.
The streaming pie is still growing, with markets like the LATAM and APAC regions still underpenetrated. Plus, engagement is the key factor that matters in the long run, and Netflix has been successful in creating pop culture moments and capturing the zeitgeist with shows like Squid Games or Too Hot to Handle. By the way, I've just started watching Beef, and that show is wild. I love it.
Yes, me too. You have to watch it. And let's not forget about the variety of content on Netflix, from reality TV to documentaries, stand-up comedy, and even fitness workouts in partnership with Nike. So while some big releases may have received mixed reviews, the engagement from the audience is what really counts. And as I say, content is king, but engagement is queen.
Okay, so there is no doubt there is a streaming showdown going on, with YouTube, HBO, Disney, Amazon, Apple, and more vying for our attention.
The total addressable market for paid TV and streaming is a whopping $300 billion. So is there enough room for them all to be winners? Find out in our video on streaming wars. So head there now.
See you there.